Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 35 of the Dump and Chase podcast, tentatively titled, We Don't Know What We're Doing Either. My name is Sam Olmstead, and joining me is my co-host, whose blood alcohol level right now has me concerned about how this episode is going to go, Mr. Justin Irwin.
It's been a rough week already, so yeah.
It's Monday. We're recording this on Monday. How has it been a rough week already? It's Monday.
It's Monday.
All right, Garfield. So, once again, we start an episode talking about games that weren't played last weekend. Both weekend games in Michigan were postponed due to the current state restrictions on live sports up there. As we sit here, again, recording on Monday night, everything is full steam ahead for the Phantoms, their home opener this weekend, but that can change in a heartbeat as we've seen week after week after week. So for this, we're just going to assume that the games are going to be played because at the moment, we don't know anything different.
Yeah, at this point, there is nothing technically stopping them, so trying to see things with the glass half full, so yeah, I mean, fingers crossed.
So now, if you're frustrated with how the Phantom season has gone so far, please note this isn't just the Phantoms. This is a league-wide issue. Without an insane amount of searching, the USHL keeps changing the website schedule page, so we can't know for sure how many games each team originally had scheduled for November. So for the sake of pushing forward, we'll assume there was a league average of 10 games for all 14 teams. Right now, Sioux Falls leads the league with 7 games played. Fargo, Green Bay, Chicago, and Omaha have played 6. Des Moines and Fargo have played 5. Team USA, Muskegon, and Dubuque have played 4. Lincoln, Sioux City, and Youngstown have played 3, and Waterloo has played only 2. And now we're starting to hear little snippets of possibilities of personnel issues and affiliate players needing to be called up to help fill out some of these teams' rosters.
Yeah, I just saw online earlier today, it looks like Sioux City is calling up an affiliate goaltender. He might be playing, so it's really early in the season to be seeing these kind of things. You kind of wonder, how bad is it? I kind of look at Waterloo and think, 2 games played out of, a whole month. When you do play, if you do get a game in this weekend, how ready can you be? And how ready can we be?
Yeah. As I just mentioned, the Phantoms did have 10 games scheduled November, we know for sure, and they only played 3. That was a win against Dubuque opening weekend and 2 losses a couple weeks ago to Green Bay. And out of those 7 that have been postponed, only a couple have been rescheduled so far?
I think 2 that I can recall. So, yeah, at some point these games are supposed to be played. That's, getting to be a lot of makeup games, already. And that's kind of starting to be a league-wide thing. I wonder what point can't you actually schedule these, and do you have to start, dropping games off the schedule?
So here in a minute, we'll get to the scheduled games this weekend, but we wanted to take a minute to talk about what it will look like at the Covelli Centre as the home schedule finally gets underway. Obviously, masks will be required. The seating is going to be spread out to help with social distancing. Now, as far as we knew, attendance was going to be limited to around 300 people a game. Looking at the seat view feature on Ticketmaster, though, it appears that a decent amount more than 300 will be allowed inside the arena. Yeah, the only time masks can be taken off will be if you're eating at your seat. And I mean, right now, unfortunately, that's the extent of what we know. As this week goes on, hopefully more information will be coming out. But as of right now, that is pretty much all we know. I imagine protocols will be in place for ticket lines, others entering the arena. Typically in games with lower attendance, you'll only see one concession stand open. I would almost think that possibly, I mean, I know there may be money issues and everything else, supply issues, but I would think maybe possibly both of the concession stands will be open, kind of spreading the lines out a little bit better. Anyone who's getting food. I don't know. Anything else you can think of as a possibility?
The typical things. Try to keep the flow going one way up one side. Sanitizer stations. People, please wash your hands. Nothing else offhand. We'll have to see what, happens when we go in. You never know. There might be UV light tunnels or, disinfectant sprays. I'm making all this up, yeah.
Bleach injections.
You said it, not me this time.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so now we look ahead to the actual games this weekend. The Phantoms will finally kick off their home schedule Friday and Saturday with the Muskegon Lumberjacks coming to town. The puck drops both nights at 7:05 p.m. Friday night is, and I am going to take my time with this because I screwed the pooch last year with this promotion. Hockey for the homeless.
Yes.
Anyone who heard our episode last December, I'm sure will remember how I flubbed that one. But I'm not replaying it again. I'm not playing the clip again. So the game on Friday night is a 7:05 start time. That is, shoot, I don't have the name in front of me. It is basically, what is it? Hockey fights the No.
Hockey fights.
Oh my God.
Hockey fights the homeless. Oh, let's save this for
Hockey
the blooper
fights
reel.
The homeless.
Yeah.
Hockey fights the homeless. Oh, Lord. Bring a non-perishable item or items and help provide much-needed meals for the less fortunate in our area this holiday season. This will be a full weekend promotion, so you can bring them either night or both nights. Saturday is the Drink in the Rink. That's right, it's the Return of Dollar Beer Night, which proved by a mile to be the most popular promotion the team held last year. So as far as the Muskegon Lumberjacks themselves, what will they be bringing to Covelli? Hopefully not COVID.
No. Actually, they seem to be maybe doing a little bit better than others. What do they bring? Well, I guess if you like a lot of scoring, that's what we're going to see. The Lumberjacks, you kind of look at them, and on paper they got a really good defense, two-way defense. This year they've only been kind of playing one-way defense. If you look, they've scored, I believe, 6.25 goals per game on average, top in the league. 7 out of 25 goals have come off of the stick of their defensemen. However, they're giving up 6.5 goals per game, and we're not really sure where the defense is.
Also to note, these games will be available on Hockey TV, and the radio call will be streaming on Western Reserve Radio, which means we will be welcoming back friend of the podcast, the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack, back to the booth this season. I would like to think since the first time Matt's been on the show, me and him have kind of become friends, but my low self-esteem, I just maybe think he's just tolerating me, but either way, I'm going to take it. And it's, I think I'm okay to tell this story. It's not, not really much to tell, but one of me and Matt's conversations, we were talking about how Matt has basically been with the team since the very beginning, back in 2009. If you did not know, Matt Lipsack has never seen a game from the stands at the Covelli Centre. Every Phantoms game he has ever attended, he's been up in the booth. He has never once sat in the stands to enjoy a game, the way we enjoy these games. Now, the idea we kicked around, and most likely he never mentioned this to Western Reserve Radio, so I'm going to mention it right now. Western Reserve needs to set him up with like a wireless microphone that he can come down and sit in the crowd with us, specifically with us during a game. They may have to put him on a delay. There might have to be a censor button there, but for somebody who sits in our area that never seems to control their mouth during a game, I won't say who, but I'm looking at him on my phone screen right now and he's wearing a yellow shirt. I mean, NHL games, they always have the guy between the boards. Why not have the play-by-play guy down in the stands with us?
I mean, it might make it hard to call at the other end, but, we'll help him with that. No, it'd be great, at least for a period. I mean, yeah, he's been with the team since the beginning, as far back as I can remember, which goes back, I think, to sometime in 2011. Yeah, he's been kind of the one constant there. So, yeah, I would love to have him down there.
Well, him and Patterson's been there since the beginning, hasn't he?
Yeah, got a point.
Good point. They've been the elder statesman of the Phantoms. Speaking of Mr. Lipsack, he graciously helped me out this week for this edition of Ask Justin. Okay, so this is our newest segment of the show, Ask Justin, where anybody but me can pose a question to our resident hockey guru. This week, we got the help of, once again, the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. So, Justin, his question is, in your opinion, who is the best broadcaster in the USHL? I'm just joking. Dear God, don't actually answer that question.
This is a developmental league. So, you kind of take things with that perspective that, these are people who are learning the ropes and moving on. Oh, no, hold on.
That's awful. That was awful.
Oh,
that was horrible.
I just realized where that one was going.
Oh, my God. Try that again.
Yeah. I'll just leave it as, I'll say that this is a developmental league, and we'll drop it at that.
So you're saying you think it's either the guy from Madison or the guy from Green Bay, one of those two?
I listen to them anymore. I'll develop a tumor.
Very upstanding broadcasters, very professional. I believe they both graduated from the Mike Milbury School of Hockey Broadcasting, possibly understudy with Pierre Maguire. Okay, Matt, if you're listening right now, he totally copped out on that question. I just want to point that out.
Oh, very badly.
Okay, now on to Matt's actual question. Okay, so Matt asks, what content would you like to see the team bring to social media to enhance the team's fan experience?
And I mean, another tough one. Ask me questions about plays in hockey. I can answer that. How to promote junior hockey online. Trust me, I've been trying to figure that angle out for a few years, and you can see my hit counters, and I obviously haven't figured it out. I've tried to promote the skill level of the league, the fact that these guys are taken sometimes pretty high in the NHL draft. Deaf ears. I guess maybe, me and Sam were kicking this around before the episode. Get some of these guys online and show them the personality, show them we've got, goofballs on the team, Sam's promoting to get Riley Funk, his own show pretty much. And I'll second that.
No, I think you're on the right track. You brought up the example Riley Funk. If I remember correctly, he interned at a radio station for a year. We've seen him a couple times now. He's got skills with a microphone. He has personality. Stick him in the locker room once a week. Put a microphone or something in his hand. Let him roam around the locker room for 5 minutes. Being Riley Funk, right there. That But like you said, social media nowadays, it's all about the personality. It's all about the personality of what you're putting on there. Nowadays with social media, that's what drives people. Is the personality of the content, and we know there are kids on this team that have personality. So why not showcase that?
You go online, Ian Moran, from neutral zone, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's what sells. You can throw stats out all you want, but unless you've got a little bit of soul behind it, it's nothing.
There are a lot of people in the organization that we like. You know, we wouldn't want to talk down on the jobs they're doing. I don't know who does a lot of the social media stuff right now. These videos, just the random videos of, you know, one of the players just skating over to the bench or something, or, you know, just something, you know, just very laissez-faire like that. It's, to me, it looks like something that might be good in like an intro video before the game, or, you know, slow it down, put some music behind it. But social media wise, I think if you want to promote the team, you know, let the kids be themselves, put the personalities out. I mean, that would be my answer to this question.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the quarantine era, you know, people are kind of used to letting their hair down a little bit, especially since they haven't gotten it cut. I'm getting a little scruffy. This isn't probably the worst Sam's seen me this this extended off season. So, yeah, I mean, let's start trying to, you know, promote these guys as individuals. And
right there when you said, you know, let them let their hair down, I've been saying that to you since episode 1, and now look at you. I mean, yeah, you let your hair down so much now you can't even see it anymore. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the first bald joke of the 2021 season. Round of applause. Oh no, I'll put one in there. Okay. Okay. All right, so as we wind down the episode, thank you, Matt, for helping me out at the extreme last minute. As we wind down the episode, as a public service announcement, I just wanted to say, wear a mask. Not only in your day-to-day, but especially this weekend at Covelli. You know, we have the, you know, county by county, the color coding system and all that, the warning system for the state. Most of the state's in red. Some counties are starting to go to purple. We want to watch hockey. And it's being proven all over the country that sports can be attended, sports can be watched as long as it's done safely, as long as people follow the protocols and do what is being asked of them. It's not political to wear a mask or not wear a mask. Anybody who thinks that, I'm sorry, is ridiculous. It's just
redonkulous.
Yeah, it's just a matter of be a good person. You know, if you don't care to wear a mask, okay, but think of the person sitting next to you that maybe has an immune disorder that you don't know about. Whether at a game, whether at a store, wherever, just we want to be able to do this. We want to be able to do it right. We want to have a season. We want to watch hockey. We all do. Everybody listening does, or else you wouldn't be listening to this if you didn't want to watch hockey. So plain and simple, just wear your mask. Just do what's being asked of you. Nobody's rights are being taken away. We're trying to keep everybody safe. If you can't understand that, then honestly, stay home. Just as bluntly as I can put it. You know, if you're one of these people that want to beat your chest about your freedoms and everything else, then you know what? Stay home. Because the vast majority of us there are going to be there because we want to be there. We want to be safe. We want this to continue on. You know, when you're in the arena, you know, oh God, we saw it every time they showed the crowd in Green Bay. Everybody with their masks hanging down around their necks. You know, elderly people there, kids. I mean, just, it was like just not a good look for Green Bay, especially how bad Wisconsin's had it the past month or so. And it's, I think hockey more than any other sport has shown that if you're smart about this, it can be done and it can be done successfully. I don't think Youngstown will be any different. I don't think the Covelli Centre will be any different. So just from one human being to another, the safety protocols are there. Follow them. It's a chance we could sit down and not think about the masks, think about everything else going on. All we have to worry about is the hockey game going on in front of us. So how about we just stick with that and let's get through this season.
Yeah. I mean, up over your nose, it's simple. We've been over this before. It's just something really simple. Follow the rules. You know, this is just what you have to do. We might be close to being through this at some point here soon. So, you know, maybe not this season, but by the playoffs, you know, or next season, we might not have to worry so much. So, yeah, just put your mask on, follow the guidelines that have been set out for you, shut the up, and let's go watch some hockey.
Well, that's another part of it too. Think of the kids on the ice. They get the protocols they have to go through, what they have to go through just to be able to play this season is probably 10 times harder than what any fan will have to do in order to sit down and watch a game.
Yeah, and you see online, and that's what everybody is screaming, youth hockey, junior hockey is, the kids, this is their opportunity. Don't take this away from them. And the people that are taking it away from them are the ones who aren't listening.
Yeah.
Just wear your mask.
These kids train their butt off. They have long travel hours. They're hundreds to thousands of miles away from home, and they've got to do all this while following much stricter protocols than anything that you and I have to. If these kids can go through all of that, I think we can sit in an arena for a couple of hours with a mask on. I think that's a pretty easy trade-off on our end.
Yeah, I mean, these kids aren't perfect, but they seem to have more accountability than a lot of the adults that, so.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm sitting back down. My soapbox is going back under my desk, and just, it is what it is. Wear a mask. It's easy. It's so easy.
Yeah. I'd like to save this rage for referees.
Yeah.
So just wear a mask.
Yeah. And Christian Stover. And that is...
I held back.
And that is all the time we have for this episode. As always, thank you for tuning in. The Dump and Chase podcast is brought to you by hockeyfan.com. We are also syndicated on ohiohockeydigest.com. You can check us out on social media. The links are in the description. For Justin Irwin, I'm Sam Olmstead. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we hope to see as many of you as allowed by law this weekend.
Go Phantoms.